As it's only in Ghana you can see some tenancy agreements, some landlords and landladies giving us some archaic things that we cannot even adhere to. You understand? Somebody be like, why am I saying this? I'm going to read us some tenancy agreement between the landlord and the tenant, that the rules and regulations they have to agree and obey within the apartment. If you are not able to comply, Charlie, then you just have to evacuate. You have to evacuate. And before I go into the agreement or I read out the regulations to you, let me just try to educate you about some of the rules and regulations being brought out by what the rent control or the rent commission. Right now, if you are going to rent a house, you should know that you don't need to pay for 2 years advance or 1 year advance. The rent commission is saying you have to pay maximum of 6 months advance. Sorry, you shouldn't pay beyond 6 months. And all the landlords and the landladies who owns properties, you have to come and register your property under the land commission or the rent control commission, so that should in case any disaster happen, unforeseen circumstances happen, they can come in and what subsidize or like give something to the tenant for whatever they've lost. And also the landlord should have rent card, which they'll dissipate it or give it to their tenant, so that they'll take record of every payment they do. So at least, because we know landlords that tenants pay monies to them, at the end of the day they'll be like, oh, you pay like just 1 year or 6 months and you've not paid the rent, and it's very chaotic. All right, so that's just the education part. Let's go into the rules and regulations I was talking about. Rule number 1: the main gate should be locked strictly at 12 midnight and reopen at 5 a.m. daily. No tenant or visitor shall be requested entering or exit outside these hours. Understand, 12 midnight, it should be something normal, because you are not the only person who stays in the house, and there can be people who can harm or thieves in the vicinity. That one, I agree to the landlord. All foodstuffs and household provisions sold within the premises by the landlady must be purchased from her. How can you tell me this story? If you are a landlady, if you are a landlord and your wife sells within the apartment, maybe what he sells, I don't feel like buying. I can go to the supermarket and even get it at a cheaper price. You are saying, it's compulsory by force. I should come and buy it. No, that one you can't get it from me. Landlord, you can't get it from me. He say no. You say no. Tenants are not permitted to purchase such items outside, as these goods are already made available within the house. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. All right, rule number 3: crowded gathering, littering or excessive visitors are strictly prohibited within the compound under any circumstances. You see, there is these issues I always talk about. My auntie rented somewhere. When we go to visit my auntie, you be like, when the landlady come and we are many in the room, the landlady will complain. You've already taken your money. And it's not that maybe there is some kind of maintenance, this and that you are taking adherence to. Maybe if the load is too much, there'll be some kind of let's just say some kind of catastrophe or something like that. No. It's a room. We are coming to visit our auntie. You are telling us that we are many, overcrowded, so she will not allow. No. It doesn't sink into the air. Smoking is strictly prohibited anywhere within the premises. But how can you rent and come and be smoking and be disturbing people? You understand? I understand. Maybe you can smoke in your room, but the landlady or landlord says even in your room, when he smells the flavor or the scent of the weed you are smoking, master, you will leave the house. So that one should be able to withstand and know that, oh, this house there, smoking there, I'm not going to smoke unless I step out of the premises. That is rule number 4. Under no circumstances should both gates be left open at any time. Any tenant found responsible will be held fully accountable for any security breaches. Understand? Maybe you leave the door open and robbers come inside to attack. That one is understandable. But the food part, I don't agree. Rule number 6: fighting, noise making, quarrel, and other disturbance or any form of misconduct within or around the properties is strictly prohibited. Guys, I've read 6 rules and regulations for you. Among this, which one do you think the landlord is overdoing? Me, I'll go in for number 2. All the food stuff should be bought by her wife. There is a no. Maybe me, Suli, I want to purchase something from the supermarket, not from your wife. Maybe what your wife is selling, maybe is closer to expiring date or something like that. You can't ask me to buy it from your wife compulsory. No, no, no. So guys, just leave your comment in the comment section about the rules the landlord is giving, and it is also be displayed on the screen so that you go through yourself and make your submissions about it. Don't also forget to follow us for more updates.